What's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. February 6th, 2024. I don't know why my nose is stuffy today. No clue. We got the news, see what's going on this morning. Still loading up. Nothing today. Pal talking in the afternoon. No, that was the weekend. Never mind. This is a light news week. Nothing till really Thursday. Some earnings before market, some after. Two at Amgen. A pretty sizable earnings week. Disney tomorrow. Okay, so we're still gonna be riding the earnings wave. All right, y'all. What's up? Good morning. 26. Morning. Good morning, everybody. I'll let you guys know we're back to you guys remember the breakfast burrito? We're going to take a big bite out of this one, but we're back. You hear the stories, we never get to see them. I meal prep like 40 of them at a time. Your market checks are good. You're hungry? Not make enough. You should stop by. I'll give you one every morning. Inside of DD bands, inside of DD bands, inside of DD bands. We're good. All three indices opening up pretty okay, and we're trading below triple B on VIX. Back to the regime of overshooting. Razor sharp pivots, nice and tight. Looks like we're gonna gap up slightly, so I'm be looking for supports to trade off of on the long side today. Hopefully resilience stays good. Nice and clean and pretty. Like Nasdaq's gonna be the one that hits its upper DD band first. Seeing the hourly chart, like this thing is just low consolidation. And then popping and selling, popping and selling. There are people still selling as it pops, but it's still getting up there. Just kind of, keep in mind, it's still earnings season. You're gonna get ups and downs. That was the Jimmy Dean sandwiches. This is how this gonna turn out, right? So I had the Jimmy Dean sandwiches. This was a thing I did for a while. Then I realized much healthier and much cheaper if I made it myself. So I started like rolling up my own. It's actually probably Jimmy Dean sausage in there. Eggs, cheese. I make my own home fries, potato and spices and onions, and just put a little cheese in there. Roll it up, wrap it up, shove them in the freezer, and I got like a whole box of them. I store them like vertically like this, like this box. Every morning, go in there, pop, bam, grab one out, throw in the microwave, good to go. Yeah, I make like 40 at a time. Easy does it. I use the oh gosh, I have to remember actual which tortillas they are. I know them. If I saw them, I would remember them. Use the extra large tortilla. Not like the small one. They're probably like you know, burrito size. Res is good. Nice and big on the 80s. Let's. I know this is gonna seem really silly. I'm just gonna jump in and see. All right, we're a type 2 resilience top of the box. Oh, there's my thing here. I'm gonna jump in right at the box. Okay. Solid. 825, 984. Okay, so it is a big drop to go through the box. If we were to pull back, okay. Pull long up. Oh, lovely. Okay. Oh, hell yes. Hell to the yes. Golden setup, bull long up, guys. Let's go. All right. Let's check her out. No problems here. Hopefully Nasdaq hangs in there. Let's see QQQ really quick. And Nasdaq is looking good. Golden bull long up Qs. Yes. Oh, my heart is happy. Finally a decent, non-threatening setup. Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's good. Everything's golden. Let's hit it pretty medium heavy. Did you like when you wake up to some cleanliness in the market? Okay. Oh, wait. Don't break hedge. Let's hit it pretty heavy. Careful. Now, if this just tanks and sells, I'm gonna be very alarmed here. Be the rare. I do that. The rare of the 2K. The rare of the rare. Have that turn around sell off. Razor sharp pivots. Let's get it to bounce. All right. What is VIX doing? VIX liquidity map downside. Cool. VIX indicate. Check. Good. Bull long up golden here off of DD band. Sorry, off of hedge pressure on the upper side here. This is as clean as it gets, guys. As clean as it gets. Keep an eye out today. Watch out for Q hedge breaks. So let's put that on the front and center. Any downsides also limited by a VIX bearish liquidity map will crush that volatility like a Coke can. Let's go. This is be careful because Qs are trying to sell. That's the one scary part here is watching Qs. I still have my little cold here, so I apologize for the coughing. Risk and zero supports half gap. Clearly it'd be bad on the downside here. This is caution. There, VIX is looking great. This is just we're taking this, this is the 1A trade. Open is equal to hedge pressure. This is great. Index divergence. This is clearly going to show watch Nasdaq. That's the caution. IWM, break it to upside, Qs breaking a downside. So the only thing the non-golden side on upside there. No major news, but lots of Fed speakers talking today. Yep. Come on, baby, hang in there. Nasdaq, why you hate us today? Let's go ahead and go through the scanner and take a look at some of the hedge pressure break to the downside. Let's see what we're losing today. Distance to hedge pressure, we're gonna sort which ones are right on the edge and just kind of watch. First and foremost, let's check out the high volume trades and hedge pressure breaks. Boeing today to the downside. Not too many big names just yet. So let's go ahead and sort, make sure the distance is there. QQQ down, IWM up. So let's do a quickie IWM. Right. This is probably a good dip to buy on QQQ if I was trading Qs. Let the market stay stable. IWM looking, so IWM started inside of a kind of like a bear short up that is breaking through hedge, which is a good sign to pop IWM up to this area right here. So IWM is looking to break to that 192.5 area. It looks like today it's the tech stocks that are just trying to like give us a little bit of a hard time. This is unusual. This is the caution. Hey team, what's up? What's up? Yeah, IWM breaking up, Nasdaq breaking down, and S&P trying to hold the fort. A little cautious here, a little scary. Watching resilience here. This is the number that's going to help me stay on the top side of the box. We'll see if we get it. IWM's breaking to highs for the moment. So you're getting a little bit of rotation going on here. Let me show you what's going on. Nasdaq a little bit of selling pressure. IWM a little bit of buying pressure. The S&P's kind of hole in the middle. So money's rotating around. So when you see them diverge like that, we have the index divergence. This also kind of is one of the lights that are going to show. And the S&P and the Nasdaq are kind of diverging pretty quickly from each other. You just keep in mind. This is unusual right here. Very unusual. So this going up, this going down, this kind of like holding flat. If this tech starts completely collapsing, that's going to really kill our trade today. Don't like it. VIX is still in decay, which is good. I like to see that. Caution that NASDAQ. Let's look at S&P monthly map just to kind of get a feel for this. Greater bull market today. What do we got? Oh gosh, guys, this is as bullish as it gets for the longer term. You see that nice and clean, beautiful monthly map here. Oh, the monthly maps look beautiful. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so nice. Love you guys. Welcome, morning. Come to the stream. Don't mind, give us a little favor. Go down to the little thumbs up button down below the stream. Spitting fire every day and showing you guys how to do some trading. You know, clearly I'll be live trading here every morning. We'd love for you guys to join us. I'm like an inch away from getting my Robin's account to me. I'm just waiting for them to do give me one final thing. So I was signing up at the Robins at the Robins themselves, the whatever the brokerage they have. And the Edge Clear guys were like, "Hey, we saw your tweet, and you know, you can do your Robins account, your Robins Cup with an Edge Clear account as well. We're working with them." And I was like, "Really?" Like, yeah. So they intercepted the process and they said, "Make your account here." And I was like, "Because I already trade with Edge Clear." I was like, "Okay." So I had to, right when I get to the end, I'd start over, and then I'm going through the approval process a second time. I kind of want like how's my trade doing? I have a feeling I'm making some money. Okay, or not losing money. Okay, good. Fingers crossed, everybody. Let's make this slightly bigger too. I want the dot to be bigger. We're gonna make a tweet. Here's how you read the monthly maps, everybody. You're gonna get two things from this. This is one of our favorite tools that we have. This is predictions for the long haul. And this is going out all the way until, you know, March. Well, exclamation point. Woo! Looking awesome there. Okay. All right. Bulls longing more when the bull side bottom slopes down. Hooray. So it means people are willing to buy the dip between now and March. This is forecasting the future. Monthly maps look into how options landscapes change over the future. Bear side bottom sloping down. Woohoo. Strong bull market. That's how we do this, guys. If you don't have monthly maps in your diet, how are you looking into the future on your trades? This is one thing I want to ask everybody. I have a feeling my trade's doing okay. How much is, oh, all right, cool. Doing slightly all right there. When I got the snifflies today. I mean, my long is doing what, 200 bucks up so far. Okay, let me show you guys something cool. Now, again, I hate jinxing myself. Anytime I Babe Ruth point at the fence and the market's humbles you and goes, just kidding, LOL, JK, LOL, teehee, sell off, randomly give you a kick in the face. But let's go ahead and show you something cool. Let me show you guys something. You want to show me what I do with the monthly maps? Let me show you something real quick. I know this is kind of a, let me go here. Hold on. Oh, my glasses here. It's a little small here. Why do these things get so dirty? It's like, you see my trade right here? Looks like 200 bucks. We're up. I got 2.5 minis, so I'm in pretty heavy on this bull long up golden. QQQ still trying to break hedge, but still trying to make its way up. Russell's breaking through highs of the day, and VIX is almost going back to monthly lows for the month, which is good. VIX is trading below triple B, the thing that we want. Watch this, guys. Let me show you something. I do this pretty often. These are all my, let's go to this tweet. Let's go here. And this is just something to share. Let me make this really big. So like, I don't normally, maybe I could open image, a new tab and make this thing bigger. So I tweet these things, right? And like, I'll tweet and then I'll mark the chart just to kind of like brag a little bit. Not really brag, but like, here's 500 bucks on the trade. We're going upper DD band, by the way. We'll see if that plays out. Looking good. All right. I love you guys. Peter uses moon phases. I know I use Peter's moon phase strategy sometimes. And when they align with the sunspots, and I see, you know, a pink unicorn shooting rainbows out of its ass, fly across the sky, I usually always buy the dip. All right. So here we go. Post-COVID, and I literally, these are tweets, and I can look at them with the dates and whatever. I use monthly map, the technique I just tweeted about. Monthly map is something that looks at the options landscape over time, right? And as the options landscape changes over time, you can see when pressures are going to change over time, when people's options expire, this and that. And you'll know how the perception of the market is in a time basis, and this factors time into the thing. So looking into the future, the monthly maps have been used to make all these decisions. And so here's COVID, and everybody thought, you know, COVID, market died, rallied a little bit. My brain is telling me the music might be a little too loud. If it is, let me know. And so people were like, you know, back to the highs, just like the market's going to crash again. And then market went to here. And then we got to like this all-time high situation. And then people were saying like, you know, the market's going to crash. We're going to hit a recession, blah, blah, blah. And then like, this is my tweet here. Bull market going to double the next 3 to 4 years. S&P 6000's on the horizon, you know, in 2025, 2026. I really said that. It was that strong. There is no pullback or recession. We just left one. And that was in commentary of what I consider a recession, which was the immediate quote unquote recession from the COVID dip when all unemployment went up. Business got shut down, etc. People were the context here is people were shouting recession's on its way. So not yet. We're not there yet. And then market went and dipped and went and dipped and went and dipped and went and dipped and traded for a whole nother year to the upside. And then this is a year later. And then very much on this red candle is the first time I talked about a short-term correction. And I said the first time as long as I can remember that I'm seeing a short-term correction. Volatility is going to take over this month and likely this quarter. Sidelines would be a good idea starting now. Literally the first red candle of the year-long recession. The monthly maps caught it. Literally caught it right here, tweeted right here. Grand slam. Okay. Monthly maps. Help me pick that out. $700 profit. Let's go, baby. We running this. We're running this. $800 profit. Let's go. I'll take it. There's that bull long up golden setup, baby. We're going to take it. Did you know if I was in the Robbins Cup right now with the small account challenge I'm in, I would be in first place by a long shot? I'm already up almost 200% on small account challenge. Believe it or not. So me and Maddie, oh, it'd be so great. Me and Matt would be in the top 5. The 2 Matts. Be awesome. Love Matt, by the way. He's killing it. I'm a little nervous watching Matt kill it. Oh no, I'm going to be a little wimp by putting something in my pocket. Let's just put a little bit in my pocket. Give me some flexibility to really hit that dip. Now as like it's starting to kind of peter out a little bit and break hedge again. I don't like this. I know. See, Bearing Bull said the same thing. I don't like that Qs are being weak. I know I'm gonna be a little bitch. Let me just take the profit real quick. Let me let Q stabilize and I'll jump back on SPY. So I took the profit on that. That was about 700 bucks. Let's get back here. Hold up. I am looking at Qs. I did scare myself out of the trade. This is just making me feel iffy. All right. So if Qs recover, maybe I'll trade some NASDAQ. If Qs hit 429.5. So let's go here. I took profit, everybody. I put that 800 bucks in my pocket. I know it sounds stupid, but Qs are starting to scare me. Let's trade Qs this time if it jumps back up. Okay, a couple more things and I'll show you how this works. I did take the profit on that. Qs are making me scared. Don't like it. Very, very, very smart. Bearing Bulls, very proud of you, man. Literally being on top of it. He knows how to trade. You have to watch all 3 at the same time for some index cycling. Maybe I got out the right time. Qs are looking to drag us down. There's that downward red arrow right here. So Q being like the lagging of the 2, I'm going to watch Qs today and maybe actually we'll trade them. I don't normally trade Qs a lot. Very smart, very smart. Love you, Louis. That was a smart choice. I feel like I made the smartest choice of the day. UQQ's hitting lower lows. Boys, let's go. That's the way to do it. Qs are really shit in the bed today. Okay, so back to here. The first red candle using monthly map, and I'll teach you guys how to do it. Stick around today and we'll talk about monthly map. Okay. So here, the monthly map started to show disintegration of the bull market. And the monthly map is the thing I tweeted about that that pointed towards the future. So let me go ahead and show you really quick. It's this tool right here. Strong bull market through March. Nothing scary, non-volatile, leading through March. Let me help people out here. Please like and share. I like to give a little guidance there. And by the way, please thumbs up the stream. If you go to the bottom, help thumbs it up. Love you guys. Okay. Selling right here. Here's to a 2-month bear market rally potential. The bottom for now is in. As the market was selling off, people were doom and gloom. Bears are saying we're going to crash right here on this little green candle. None of these waves. This green candle, so the bottom is in at least for now. 2-month rally. This literally lasted 2 months to the dot. Again, monthly maps helped us pivot that market. It showed us how long it was going to be. It showed some bullish potential. And then right here, this is the one that really got us, really got me a lot of notoriety. I was on a lot of podcasts back in here. When I was the only person who wasn't bearish, who wasn't sitting here saying the market was going to collapse. All the Chicken Littles of the world came out there, told you the market was going. People thought I sounded like an idiot because I'm sitting here and they're like, the fundamentals are bad, the market's bad, everything is bad. I was like, I don't know, guys. I think the Fed is going to start tapering their rate hikes and, you know, evening out. I think things are going to be stable. I think we're going to get that soft landing we wanted. The market's repaired itself and the Fed's going to stop being aggressive. We said, yeah, we called this 2-month bottom in July. Now I'm calling a bottom for 2022 and a rally through mid-January, genuine buying. And the bear market gets nasty again, Q2 for summer and lower lows. This was in 2022, the bottom for 2022. And this is the bottom forever so far. And again, monthly maps picked it up on that candle. This candle, it called for the sidelines. This candle, and again, you can go through all my tweets. I very rarely make big market calls. And when I do, I circle them to show that I use my tools to do it. I got that pivot, I got that pivot, I got that bottom. And so right here, I made my recession is over tweet. I got asked a lot on podcasts about this one right here. Recession is over, no way. I said, we got the soft landing. Unemployment's getting better. Wages are being reduced. Inflation is going to come down. Fed's going to stop raising rates. They're going to start cutting rates. And people thought it was dumb. And that's what's going to happen. So anyways, let's talk about how we do this. So bear market gets nasty Q2 and summer for lower lows. And when summer approached, I said, no, JK, it's not summer anymore. We're now going through October. This rally could last 4 more months. Now, the Fitch slap thing came in, and the minute that happened, Ash and I were all over that. And then when that turned around, we're back to saying bullish, just like now. I can see here, back to here, back to calls like this. Hold on, where's it at? So how do you use monthly map? Like monthly map looking amazing through March. This bull market is strong and only gets stronger. Fingers crossed, because I can share. So what does this tool actually do? Guys, this was amazing. All right, bearing bulls and all you guys and girls paying attention to this. I love y'all. This is great. Irrational market. I took profit at the perfect time. Can't argue with that. Thoughts on the Dow, Chris? Check it out. Since we are doing rotation today, let's take a look at what Dow's doing. So Dow Jones is kind of one of these ones that's kind of stuck. You have this pressure to the downside, pressure to the upside in here. So it's not bearish today. 384 support on the Dow right now is pretty decent. I wonder if I should just, for fun, I know I'm gonna hate myself for saying this. The S&P gonna yank NASDAQ higher? You could use add a liquidity pocket with positive resilience, no negative resilience. Should I touch some cues today? Should I waste my profit? Should I buy like 3 micros? Let's play it small. We're at the liquidity pocket. Here. Let's let it dive a little bit. Let's just put like 2 micros on it. Let's make it exciting. Oh, NASDAQ resilience is positive? Let's go. Look how quick NASDAQ likes to run. Oh shit, no. Those are minis. Those are minis. Hold up. I don't want to trade. Okay. Okay, Matt. Get your shit together. I was like, wait, that's moving fast for... You know, I don't want to hit up. Okay. Hey, Matt, don't be a goofball. Whoops. Let's go ahead and not do that. Let's do 2 micros. I was like, hundreds of dollars. Wait a minute. Okay. Sometimes, see, I have those moments sometimes. And then that seems a little bit more my style. Resilience is positive on cues at the bottom of the box. Let's actually hit it decently heavy. Let's put 6 micros on it. We are irrational with that hedge break. But we also have positive resilience. So let's get this guy here. Positive resilience for here. Interact with hedge pressure. Let's take a little bit of a scalp there from liquidity pocket. This is my trade today. Sometimes you just have to recognize opportunities if you see them. Now again, something really small. Made like $700-800 on SPY. Let's see if the NASDAQ gives us some love. My stop is going to be here. Now I'm going to give us some room to play. Let's see if we get it. This I like. This I like. I never trade NASDAQ because this shit is spastic. And I hate it. So Connor says, how do I place stops with hedge push or MHP, especially when it breaks barely below and then goes higher? Okay, so when I say barely below, let's talk about it. There's two different regimes. So this is how you place stops trading with the philosophy rocks here. The first thing you always do when you're talking about your stop loss philosophy is you need to trade the VIX, or sorry, check the VIX. Hold on. Let's start over. The first thing I do when trying to decide how I'm going to trade with stops is I monitor the VIX. I go here. We have a technique called triple B. Anytime VIX is trading below this number, we calculate a new one every month. Then we call this the razor sharp area. We call this the overshooting pivots area. So right here, all your pivots are going to be sharper than normal, like really sharp. I mean, like sharp, like hit the level and then go. This is what we're looking for here. Is whenever we're in that razor sharp area, I know I can keep my stops really tight on here. Now, the maximum stop I ever use is 1 strike distance away from any pivot here. And that helps you know the difference between if you're like playing around at the level or if you're really breaking that level. So how do you know what a strike distance is, you know, you can go to the walls, for instance, if we're going to trade SPY, you can see that the distance between options strikes is 1 point. So 1 point will be like my maximum stop that I'll use. Oh, S&P here. 1 point would be 492.5. With the maximum stop. Now, if I'm going to get a trade that's basically like an example here, that's going to go for the S&P, if there's like 40 points of travel and 1 point SPY or 10 points of S&P, then it's a 4-to-1 trade. Then I can say, okay, that's a good trade, 4-to-1. What I'll normally do is just I'll make sure that I know my maximum stop, which is 1 strike distance. And if, for instance, here, a maximum stop would be 1 strike distance here, here to here. And then I know that my trade on the S&P is going to be it's about 30 points to the upside. So I could say I got 30 points to the upside here. I got 1 point to the downside here and say perfect. So maybe I can long. An example is if we weren't breaking hedge push, I can long and then long again right at the edge of the stop. And then really stop out right here if I wanted to. Now, if the travel distance was only 1 point instead of 30, I wouldn't necessarily use 1 point stop to make 1 point trade. What I would do is I can, this 1 point or the strike distance maximum rule is a maximum that I would do. So I never go beyond 1 strike distance. And the reason for that is because how do I know that the market is losing this level right here and not just kind of like hovering at it before it goes? Well, a very easy trick is that if your 494 is like that strike distance you're hanging at, the only time you're 100% certain that you've broken 494 is when you're playing at 493. If the market's trading at the next strike distance, you're pretty much certain that you've broken the previous one. But how do I know I'm not just dancing around 494? And that's kind of why the 1 strike rule is there. It's a very strong rule. So in a trade like this, looking for that all or nothing kind of setup, an example here, I'll do no more than 1 strike distance. Qs are the same. So if I have this 120, 427.5, then 427 is about where my stop is. I have two different ideas from here. If res is greater than 0 in this liquidity pocket here, remember the market is random here. Random. I'm flipping a coin, a small position, and that's it. Random. From here to here, this is about 1/2 strike distance. I will take another entry here. I'm longing. I'm gonna long again right here on the edge to bet that this market doesn't fall apart too bad today. And I'll stop right underneath here. Now this again is less than that 1 strike distance I talk about. And my trade from here, a couple options. This is about 1 point, give or take, to here. If res is greater than 0, which it's moving there, then I'm looking for half gap to be interacted with right here. So from 427.7 to 429 is about 1 1/4 to 1 trade from here to here. I'm going to really dive in at the edge. I'm going to stop at all of it here. If we drop into bear territory, I'm out. for the day. I would add a half gap. I wouldn't add a half gap. I would be trimming and getting out of the trade a half gap. So this is a whole different setup here. And again, I'm going to bet that we hold inside of here and trade back up because the S&P has monthly hedge pressure to tap. So everything else is looking pretty solid and stable. Dude, this is why I don't like the NASDAQ. Like even a few micros, look how quickly it runs. That's all my profit so far. Round the edge, here on my stop. This is that same thing I was talking about. Let's try one more thing. See how quickly this shit likes to fall? NASDAQ is just crazy sometimes. Right there on the edge. Whatever, let's get it. Let's grab it around the edge. Let's play this liquidity pocket here. There was my long, there was my second long. We'll trade it at least back up to the box. So let me go ahead and clean this up a little bit. Let me reformulate my thoughts here. The S&P is going to hold monthly hedge. Yeah, if we break monthly hedge here, this market will fall apart today. Okay, let's talk about what my setups are. Long right here, long again. At least to there. Res is greater than 0. This is just a tricky. Tricky. This market is trying to sell though. Caution today. I never trade NASDAQ because this shit's so spastic sometimes. All right. So like I'm right on the edge of the stop loss here. Like I'm gonna kind of like cross my fingers and hope that we don't tear apart here. This is going to be happening at the same time S&P holding monthly hedge. So this is very bad if we break here. Yeah. S&P resilience is trying to lose, or is going down. Now this is, again, all the signals are pointing up for the most part this morning. And things are starting to slowly deteriorate in NASDAQ. Is this an opportunity on NASDAQ that's going to rescue itself? We'll see. Check my emails this morning. No. Okay, this is it on the edge. Let's watch it. See, this is what I hate. NASDAQ moves so quick. I very rarely touch it. Let's hope we have this thing hold. This is an opportunity in the S&P as well. That the S&P is likely to bounce at monthly hedge pressure. You want to have some fun here. Should we also trade some S&P? That's scary. Let's just stay on Qs. I'm in Q. Monthly hedge break would be the rarest of the rare. This is the long opportunity today on SPY, on S&P. That's it. So here's my little edge right here that I'm looking to hang out. We hold bearish here. You hold bear zone here. We hold MHP. MHP breaks are very bad. Markets very rarely break monthly hedge unless there's a reversal, a sentiment reversal. This could be a low on NASDAQ, which is great. I'm liking this. This would be the rarest of the rare inside of here. To break monthly hedge. This would be devastating. This would change the sentiment for weeks. Could be. It could be. Maybe it could be a really nasty day today though. So just be very cautious inside of here. This is the point of no return for the S&P today. If we start losing monthly hedge, markets are going to die for the day. We'll see. So I made 800 bucks, draw down 700 bucks. I'm kind of walking even for the day. I do feel pretty confident that we do hang out and hold this area here. Why am I spiking on these MHP taps, right? It's getting there. It's not super spiky, but it's spiky-ish. Wait, scary. Yeah, this would be scary. Why not? Let's give it a little bit of love here. Market don't die. All right, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break and I'll be back in just a second. Sorry, I'm back. Quickly eating my breakfast. Need some tape. Looking for some Scotch tape. Hold on.
Sound the gifting panic alarm. You need to find the perfect gift. You have zero ideas and you don't know where to start. Relax. Now you can use gift mode on Etsy. Gift mode on Etsy is here to make it easy to find the perfect item for anyone and any occasion. Get something for the pickleballer, the jazz fan, the pasta lover, or the Zen seeker. Need to find the perfect gift? Don't panic. Try gift mode on Etsy.
Right. Betting this market doesn't fall apart. So Connor, does that make sense on the stop loss philosophy? I go no more than one strike distance past something. This shouldn't be breaking right here. So like if I was longing at the bull long up on SPY, I would be very much contemplating getting out right here. If it starts to trade lower, if I had like a play, losing with the hedge rush can be a very, very, very bad day. Very bad. I'm out of breath. I like run up down the stairs. Oh my gosh. I need to move. I need a new house. I have a 4-story house, right? My garden on the top floor. Let's go back to here. Wait. Whew. My garden, top floor. Way up there. Bedroom, 3rd floor. Office, 1st floor. Kitchen, living room, 2nd floor. Every time I'm like, oh, and I'm kind of a fit guy. I mean, like, I work out all the time. But still though, I'm getting old. I'm getting old as shit. And walking down these stairs is just, I get to like, well, maybe I don't walk. I'm like kind of sprinting. I'm not a patient person. I don't walk up downstairs, and I usually skip steps too. That's probably why. I run upstairs, run downstairs, and I'm like, all right, what are you guys saying? Kiki Goner, yeah, hopefully hanging on there. Dow Jones looking somewhat stable. Somebody asked what I added. We open a bull zone, we should close and close to bull zone. That is correct. We open a bull zone, we should hopefully close in bull zone. QQQ in the same sense, right? This is my understanding on Qs, and I am taking a risk here that we going from down up there to down there is the rarest of the rare. Maybe DD float keeps us in, but this is unusual for the S&P to break from here to break monthly hedge. Something scary is going on. The market hates this. There is a lot of sector cycling and rotating. So we were seeing like Russell move higher, the S&P be flat, Nasdaq move lower. So I'm gonna bet that things aren't falling apart and they kind of like make their way back to normal. Good night, sweet prince. Yeah, probably. MHP break is the scary. Was gonna hope that this hangs in there. This is scaring me. This is scaring me right here. In the name of the band, the DD, and the holy resilience. Amen. Hang in there. Any more digging? Hey Matt. I'm already in a minute and a half, and I don't think I want to touch it anymore here. I don't want to apply any more pressure to my account. I made 800 bucks. My drawdown's down to 400, so I'm up 400 for the day still. And Microsoft below monthly hedge. Oh yeah, thanks for letting me know. Let's go ahead and look for hedge breaks. You guys are super smart. Let's look for which stocks. I'm gonna use the scanner right now to find out which stocks are at the bottom are giving us some problems. Hedge pressure breakdown. Let's do monthly hedge pressure breakdown. Who do we got? Who's killing us today? You said Microsoft? Oh, it's just below monthly hedge pressure. So these are monthly hedge pressure breaks. None of those. Let's just see which ones are below monthly hedge pressure then, in general. Now 358 stocks. Well, hello, hello. Google. Yeah, so all your major techs are below monthly today. Google, Intel. You said Microsoft's probably on here somewhere. Coca-Cola, American Airlines, Roku. Yeah, it's a pretty sizable spread. A little digging here. I don't like the... I'm going to take a little bit of profit in just a second. Trim this down. I was digging right here at the edge. Right at my break even here. Resiliences are still looking pretty booty. So when the S&P hits this half gap, I'm gonna be very, it's probably gonna hit this and bounce around. Let's kind of eyeball this really quick. Resilience less than 0, the S&P, we're gonna have a rejection half gap probably. Remember, we are irrational, so we can have a little bit of delay on resilience as well. Let me take a little bit of profit on this. Just dropped 2 of those down. Okay, guys. Something cautious. I don't hate it that much. I don't love it. I don't hate it either. It's kind of like we had, like me and the Nasdaq had a bad date, but I'm willing to give it a second shot. So we're not ready to propose to this one yet, though. I don't think I would marry this trade at all. Just to be real skis. All right. There's that half gap tap on S&P. Resilience is still booty. Let's drop 2 more of those and put them in our pocket. Let's drop 2 more. Okay. So, I'm sorry for coughing in your ear, you guys. Ugh, it sounds like a, you know, slight tickle from that flu that I had. I don't like it. If this trade goes green, remember we're already up 800 bucks for the day. Let's see if we get, or 700 bucks, whatever it was when I cashed out. So anything from here is adding profit to that. So 800 plus of this. Any more digging? It could possibly do it. Like Matt, like here's another thing right here, right? Digging, yeah. So Matt knows my technique, right? So my computer's starting to slow down really. Let me close some tabs. Or am I overheating? My computer's giving me that you may be overheating feeling. Give me a second. Let me like let me just start everything over again. Don't go anywhere. I think my computer's kind of overheating. Let me make sure my fan profiles are still killing it. Just reset everything here really quick. QQ. There's that hedge pressure tap and pull. We're seeing here, looks like my Nasdaq is up 200 bucks so far on this one. pretty much liking this. Interest rate QQQ and SPY. So when Matt says digging, right? That's when I try to play with my cost basis. And like we got here, take some profit. If it pulls back, sometimes I'll long again. Get that cost basis right here. Let it go again. Like long, like what I'll do is I'll add a couple of micros to like really lower my cost basis so that I get a decent cost basis exactly where I want to be. I do that to repair my trade if I enter early or too early or too heavy or too early. Now, right now, I think with this irrational market, the way that it is, I mean, if this even retraces half of that, I'm pretty much golden for another $1,000 or $2,000 today. So let's go ahead and measure up some Qs. Let's do some red lines. Let's see what we got. Like I said, I'm in no hurry to give anything back. The small account challenge, Robin's Cup challenge accounts, you know, they're going to be traded very cautiously. I'm not going to be in this whole mood to like sit here and, you know, gamble and just be without my risk management. All right, so there's an impact right here. There's a couple of them. There's that first impact right here. Yeah, this is the better one. Always getting my glasses on. Do you like the rocket, the rocket scooter in the back? Ooh, that's pretty. I did that myself. I had one of those creative moments where I was just sitting here like, I kind of want to like make a neon sign. And I was like looking up companies to do it. And then I found online, I was like, oh, that you could buy these like ropes and make it yourself. And I was like, all right, I'll make it myself. I think it turned out pretty not so terrible. I'm trying to do it myself. All right. So here, see how I trimmed a little bit? And I mark these levels. Impact. Impact. Okay. So 17,696. Let's mark it real quick. There's that second attempt at monthly hedge. Let's see if this holds. Remember that it can get really bad really quick. The S&P is really hating that. It's an unusual day to watch the market fall apart like this, which is kind of having me concerned. It's kind of a weird. Oops. Now this is where I say what I want to dig and add some more risk to the pot. I don't know if I like it. That started moving very quickly. This is probably bad news. Yeah, time to cut it. We're very close to float on NASDAQ. This is an unusual day, guys. This is not normal. There's no mechanism or no catalyst or no anything that is sparking the sell. There's nothing that I can see on the horizon. This is the perfect setup that started to deteriorate as NASDAQ started selling first. Odd. Very odd today. Very odd. Probabilistically, this should be here. But it doesn't look like it's happening. The question is, I'm playing with house money right now, so I'm not losing any money at this point. Am I gonna bet on the greater bull market? Shit not falling apart. Here's my thoughts on this one. What should I do? Does the S&P hold monthly hedge and not fall apart? We get that float on NASDAQ. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not house money. That's correct. This is a smart way to say it. That is definitely my money because I made it. You know, that is a correct approach. Don't ever treat money like it's expendable. It's my money. And I want it now. That reminds me of that commercial. For my part of my fitness diet, I've been drinking a whole lot less. And I've been like mineral water is my new thing. This is HEB brand. You know, it's like Topo Chico, but the cheaper version. Tastes exactly the same. And it's like the perfect amount of bubbles. Squeeze a little lime in there. It's amazing. Even if HP breaks like support BDD, right? But the thing is that this is not a good. I don't like the way that this is playing out. Like this is like not my favorite. MHP breaks. I shouldn't be long right now. I should be contemplating my exit. My last line of defense is the float right here. Now again, there's a lot of complexity here. The market's irrational, so you're kind of shooting from the hip right now. The question is the greater bull market reversing? This is a reversal signal for the bull market. This could change everything for tomorrow. But the problem that we're kind of facing is that we have so much divergence. You have Russell up, right? Russell. You have NASDAQ way down. And then you have like the S&P is like this, right? So when you see like rotation like this, the worse something else gets, the better something else is getting. So people are moving money from one place to the other. Looks like taking profit on major tech and rolling into Russell today is exactly what we're seeing. With Russell pushing up and everything else pushing down, it tells you the market's likely not to like die today. That the worst opportunity or the worst looking one is a better opportunity as everything kind of starts to stabilize. So like Russell maybe pulls back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, this is my thought that the greater bull market doesn't just die on its own. Like QQQ starts to like push up a little bit. Russell starts to pull back a little bit. Like as things start to kind of like stabilize in the middle. The S&P starts to like move a little bit. VIX is still too low for it to be like extra choppy. There's a little more digging on my position. Let's go ahead and put 2 back in my pocket and 2 again back in my pocket. So I'm scalping. I did 1 scalp setup there, 1 scalp setup there. I'm still in my normal 10. Get my cost basis a little bit lower. So I like where I am. I can ride this 10 all the way up, which should be perfect if I get something good. I'm gonna bet that greater bull market holds. DD is still pretty strong. The ratio is good. Monthly map is good. Breaking monthly hedge pressure is rare. Very bad, but ultra rare. Ultra rare. Here. That's the difference. Ultra rare, especially this time of the month, ultra rare. It's not a common thing. But ultra rare. MHP just breaks for no reason. Especially with no catalyst or news event. And this early in the month. The month is the trading month, like third Friday to third Friday. You don't usually interact with monthly hedge pressure until like towards the end of the month, like the second week or third week. The layoffs in 2024. Let me redo my financial juice so I can see a better arrangement there. Okay, looks like we're back in the green for this. So we're like 28 to 96. Pretty sizable trade here. Point. So we're talking 60 times. It's about 1,200 if it goes here. On the sides like this. Be a $2,000 a day if I get that retracement to the red line. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like everything's gonna start to like push to the middle. This market's still strong enough. Hey, there we go. I know I was playing around with some of those other ones. I think at the end of the day, we're back in the green. Ooh. 1 second, I'm gonna check on my Robins. Make sure I get my Robins count ready to go. Hold up. Making some cash here today. I don't hate it. All right, so let's see where we're repairing. We're actually in the middle of resilience, greater than 0, and at the middle of the half gap. What do I want to do here? Yeah, we got the resilience is starting to repair itself on SPY, but still fighting. I mean, every bone in my body tells me I should probably just take profit and call it a day. I mean, it's a $1,200 a day. Should I be greedy? I don't trade the Nasdaq enough because they call it this thing. I call this thing the Spazek. This stupid thing just jumps all over the place. It always makes me feel like I'm on like some crazy roller coaster. Let's go ahead and just pocket half of that. I'm okay with $1,200 a day and irrational shit. Let's put half in my pocket. Let the rest ride. Oh, whatever. Whatever. I feel like I sound like Beetlejuice right there. Speaking of Beetlejuice, are they making a new Beetlejuice? This is what I hear. Is Michael Keaton coming back? Did it already come out or coming out? This is what I hear. Three quarters, let runners run, stop the break even, TRS. 100% agree with you. Super smart, super smart. Right now we're gonna hit, be careful when we hit hedge pressure here. Obviously we want to close above hedge pressure. With here, obviously we want to close up in the bull zone. That'd be great to get a nice little run on the NASDAQ. I am betting that at least we got a liquidity pocket. I'll take it. And I have to realize that I'm on stream with the camera now. I can't just like pick my nose and stuff. I have to be like proper again. I remember my streaming etiquette. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, my nose is itching. I'm like, oh, somebody's gonna clip it. That picks his nose live. No, I don't. I turn the camera off when I do it. You don't get to see that. My nose is still like stuffy. I had a stomach flu last week, Monday. I don't know if you guys want to hear about it. It's too close to breakfast time, but it's imagine what a stomach flu is like, and then as bad as you think you can get it, it was about that bad. So I'm still like, it's moved around. Like stomach flu was like, okay, don't want to hang out here. Let's go somewhere. Stomach flu was like dancing around different places. Not being my favorite right now. But now I have like a stuffy nose to go with it. And today is Tuesday, right? It's not even like, it's like the start of the week. It already feels like the week should be over. I was supposed to go to Miami, and stupid stomach flu. Last thing I want to do is be on a plane, even though it's only 2 hours, 2.5 hours, whatever. But like, last thing I want to do is also be sitting on the beach. So I missed Miami trip. So I'm going on a trip this weekend, but not like a vacation. I'm going to Dallas for a Tet celebration. This is like the Lunar New Year's stuff. Always a good time. If you guys have any Lunar New Year celebrations in your city, even if you don't celebrate it culturally, you should always go just to experience it. It's such a cool, vivid, fun event. Every year I always do it. There's a very large temple close to where I live. Always a massive celebration there. We're going to Dallas to do this. It'll be fun. What a weird day. See, everything today, market just did weird stuff. Like I wasn't a big fan of today's trade, right? Just wasn't a huge fan of today's setup. It was a little tricky. And let's kind of monitor the volatility really quick. I don't think there was anything in the way that was sparking any. Yeah, like the VIX has no interaction points inside of here that are making me scared. So we're just gonna hang on to this one. Like for these V's to get bigger, you'd expect volatility to get bigger, right? Let's go ahead and clean some of this up. MHP break ultra rare, resilience still negative. It's not doing much. Hold on 1 second.
Wells Fargo Active Cash credit card, earn unlimited 2% cash back on purchases you want, like dance lessons. And on what you need, like memory foam inserts. That's real life ready. Visit wellsfargo.com/activecash. Terms apply.
All right. That was a phone call. Just waiting on Dorman to get me that final approval for the Robbins Cup account. So I'm very excited. Where'd the music go? Is resilience starting to heal itself? Yeah, resilience is actually healing itself in the S&P. It's trying to, at least. Their stocks are trying to break half gap to the upside. Let's go ahead and go to the scanner and monitor and see which half gap those. And by the way, if you guys haven't tried using Rocket Scooter, man, we have so many cool tools here. We're only building more stuff. Tesla saving the market today. Let's go. Tesla looking sexy. Plug SoFi Apple looking sexy. Let's keep Apple. Let's keep Apple here. Dude, the market is just moving so weird today. This is unusual. And by the way, you guys, this is not something I'm used to like seeing. You'll stay. You like the setup. Stay with your gut. David, baby, we ride or die together. I'm with you. I'm a little nervous, but I'm with you. I'm in it. I'm gonna stick around. Apple's not looking good. Systematic sell on Apple. Yeah, it's not looking good, but it is doing something unusual as well. It is breaking MHP to the upside, and this is Apple moving from what should be bearish to bullish. So everything's playing like reversies today. Don't like it. Like, I'm looking at this, like Apple should be selling and it broke through. The S&P should be rallying and it broke through. Everything broke through today. The market is playing reversey. It doesn't like anything. It's a weird movement. Louis knows it. Louis been trading long enough to know that everything today feels unusual and weird. Normally the market will have a more systematic approach. Even when things fall apart due to a catalyst, it still has a certain feel to it. This whole thing feels weird. And let me describe the feeling. The feeling is that the market should be flat with a slow drift up. But I think the initial news and selling of NASDAQ stretched everything from each other. And the market's starting to like understand what that was. Was that a big event or just one firm dropping tech stocks and rolling into small caps? And so when you get these flat days that create the sector rotating, I think that's the weirdness we feel. The market should be flat and stable. One sector took a big hit today, which is the tech sector, which is big enough to just stretch that rubber band, and things are just kind of like figuring itself out from here. Resilience just popped on a 10. We're moving. I like it. Let me just play with this a little bit more. We'll add a little bit. Volatility is drying up, so any red candles from here would be a big drop from where we're standing now. Let's just see if we get it. I wouldn't expect this to get wider. Let's get back in the 10. Let's look at VIX drying up, volatility trading lower. So I think that's the way to describe it. Louis, you guys have been trading long enough. What do y'all think? The weirdness is that just a couple of firms were selling the tech stock so heavy that it pushed a stable market. Like, it's like pushing, you know, like you take like a bucket and flip it upside down in a bathtub of water and try to like push it down. And then it's just like, it's forcing itself lower, but volatility is not representing an illiquid market where they're selling all the things. Was S&P stable enough? And then once that pressure came off, like the market is like, okay, what's going on? And things are just kind of like splashing around and then trying to stabilize and equalize. It doesn't feel like a normal collapse crash sort of day. It feels like it wants to be a stable, flat day. Yeah, the VIX is so quiet. There are like no signs of, oh my God, catastrophe, right? And I didn't even read your second comment. This little icon with the emojis always covers up the lines here. So he says, it feels like we're in a liquidity pocket the way it's moving. Yeah, it does. It feels like the market's unusually liquid. And that would go hand in hand with the idea that the volatility index, the VIX, is not moving to show illiquidity. When VIX goes up, illiquidity. VIX goes down, liquidity. Like the market is very liquid. It just experienced some selling despite being liquid. And just, I guess, not some velocity in the buy side to get this going. So what happens is the market starts to dry up this volatility right here. Hopefully it survives. Right, so I am looking to possibly get out. Like I said, I made a pretty sizable trade today. I don't like that it's starting to fight again. Apple's right at monthly hedge pressure. Let's watch this one. It's gonna be very important for resilience. Let me clean all this up. What a weird day, right? Super weird. So they're having a meeting with Dorman about getting my account expedited to get set up for Robin's Cup. I love the guys at EdgeClear, man. They're awesome. He's like, we're going to expedite this. We're going to take this straight to the top. Let's get your account set up ASAP. I was like, oh, nice. Okay. I do like that idea. So I'm like, I was like, I need to get in that Robin's Cup today. We need to be on the leaderboards. Let's go. And he's like, yeah, let me help you out. If you cannot tell 4-hour systematic sell on every tick up. Can you explain, like in general, how you look at that? Teach me something, because I don't use technical analysis. So I'm always interested in everybody's opinion. So, but what is it on the 4-hour chart that tells you that there's a systematic sell? Like, what do you look for? Oops, that's not the 4-hour chart. Okay, I don't have 4-hour chart option. I have a 3-hour chart option. Well, as we're talking about this, market's starting to get a little nasty. Yeah, how are you, what kind of technicals are you, like, what are you doing to show selling? Because I don't do charting, so it kind of is like foreign to me. All right. Now it's gonna seem a little. All right, we're gonna take a bet on volatility. Let's bet that Apple holds the fort. Apple, hold your half gap. S&P, hold that monthly hedge pressure. Let's hang out on this one. Dude, monthly maps today are so clean. Like everything looks clean. Like nothing is scary. Except for tech. That's the thing. This is not great for tech. Volatile. Tech is looking bad going forward. Volatile, illiquid, long selling, right? Shorts. Oh my god. Listen, I'm gonna be lazy. I give up writing. I'm too lazy to like turn over here. All right, let me not be lazy. Okay, when they fan out, volatility is going up. Long, they're selling. Longs are exiting. Shorts, exiting. So people that were betting against the market are giving up, and people that are long are taking profits. So shorts are getting tired of holding short, and longs are taking profits, which a lot of times when you see this and like, okay, let's talk about Apple, right? Apple is going to be illiquid for like a month. So let's look at something more stable. Like let's look at like banking or something, right? Actually, let's not just, let's not just guess. Let's go to our sector. Teach you guys something really quick. Let's go to the sectors and let's see who's performing today. Just today. Materials is looking good. Real estate's looking good. Financial's looking okay. Energy's looking great. Let's look at the 1 month outlook just to see who's doing okay for the course of the month. Communications, yeah. So who's doing average for the month? Because the things that are really running the Nasdaq, tech and communications, these are your Nasdaq stocks. These are the ones that are starting to look illiquid. So what are some of the things that are stable that are going to look strong? Let's do financials and let's do energy. Those are kind of like middle of the road. Okay, so let's do this, right? So get a monthly map on financials. Let's see if that looks stable and liquid. And that looks bullish as shit. Good deal. Bull side getting stronger, bear side getting weaker. Financials looking great. Let's do XLE. So what we're probably going to see is some really healthy sector rotating. And just like I thought, energy also looking great. Money is rotating out of tech, Apple illiquids. So some of these stocks in energy and financials, everybody throw me some companies. JP Morgan. Is JP Morgan liquid and bullish? It most certainly is. Gosh, I love seeing this guy sector rotating. That's all this is. Solve the puzzle here. JP Morgan, very much good. Bullish. Actually, XLF also bullish. Yeah. Tech and comms oversold, overbought. That's not how you spell tech. Tech and comms volatile. So you can see some profit taking in tech. And I don't know, Marathon. Let's pull up a random oil company. In the big four or whatever. Is it MAP, right? Marathon? Oh, Rockets here didn't like that. Oh, MRO, right? I'm thinking when I was an engineer, we called it MAP in our projects, but the actual stock ticker is MRO. That's actually bearish. Okay. Let's do a ConocoPhillips. Let's see if energy stocks are looking whatever. So you're just seeing rotating. Okay, so let's look at this. Certain large oil companies themselves are still, so MRO, COP, bearish. So tech is overbought, financials are bullish, oils are bearish. Despite the XLE, the energy sector and its own is bullish. Major oil companies are bearish. So let's look at some non-producer energy companies. Let's go ahead and look for some engineering services. Let's look at Halliburton real quick. Let's see if the project side of the world and the exploration side of the world is strong. This should be bullish or flat. Okay, that is flat. So it looks like major oil companies and production companies are going to lose a little bit. Let's look at Schlumberger as well. SLB and Halliburton should look very similar to each other. And they do. Okay. Who else do I want to look for? Oxy. Let's look at... check out some midstream companies and see what they're doing. Oxy should be pretty much flat as well. Yep. Okay. So Marathon Oil. Let's take a diamond back. Yeah. So energy is kind of all over the place. So what we are seeing, everybody, is now I guess energy is going to be kind of the weaker side, financial the stronger side. We're seeing sector rotating. That's all I'm just saying. So we're starting to see essentially this is the psychology we're all seeing right now. Okay. Let's just think that you're a trader. All right. I'm going to just draw really big. This is what's happened, right? This is the whole market. Market has rallied really fast. And right now at the top, all the bulls they're basically like, they're just taking profit. They're not bearish because the monthly map doesn't show it. But where we are right now, bulls taking profit. on tech. At the same time, bears can't afford to be short tech. Bears are escaping their tech shorts. That's what that's showing us. So bears are exiting, bulls are exiting, which we all know is equal to volatility on the tech side. And just tech. Consequently, the people that are moving their money out of here are moving their money, rotating, into other things. We're seeing finances, materials. I just eyeballed that one, but it looked like materials is up too. Rotating the materials and small caps, smaller caps. Usually when you rotate from large cap to small cap is very bullish for the overall market. People risk on to riskier things when things are healthy. They risk off of the riskier things when things are not. So when all the markets rallied, and it's like when we had the last recession, S&P went up, or NASDAQ went up, S&P went up, Russell went up, crypto went up, and then this NFT, you guys remember the monkey stickers for a while? Remember that? That went up, right? When things become more and more risky that are rallying, riskier things are rallying, the market is so bullish underneath that stupidity reigns victorious, right? So like goofy things like that become very bullish because people run out of things to be bullish on. So they be bullish on anything, right? So once the NFTs crash, then crypto crashes, then S&P crashes, then your FANGs crash. Like once the stable stuff starts to crash, then things are bad. So when the stable stuff starts to take profit and people are putting that profit into the smaller caps, because today Russell was up, Qs were down, right? S&P is like kind of like meh. So we're seeing sector rotating at its finest. The volatility index is not moving because so volatility would represent a general illiquidity in the entire S&P, which means illiquidity in all sectors, which means people are getting out of the stock market in general. But if people are rotating out of tech and into financials, the market cap of the S&P is not changing and the liquidity is not changing. People are selling one thing and getting in another. Illiquidity in tech, as we showed, but liquidity in financials, money's just moving from one sector to the other. And therefore, that's why the VIX is not moving, as Louis has said. The VIX is kind of hanging tight. Well, that's why. Why VIX sitting still? Because the market is still liquid. The entire stock market is healthy. Money is just moving from this side of the stock market to that side of the stock market. And from this side to that side. But if money were to be leaving the stock market in general, volatility would go up. The fact that VIX is nice and steady means just people are moving money. They're moving their profit around to something else, more opportunity. That's what we're seeing today. And speaking of that, I like the idea that I've already made some money. I don't like the idea of sitting here and kind of waiting on this all day. So I'm just going to trim this down a little bit more and probably let me flatten this out. I'm happy with the trade I made. I think I made like 800 bucks. I think this made a couple hundred up or down. I really don't know, but I definitely made some profit today. We'll share that tomorrow. But anyways, it's time to go. It's 10 o'clock my time. What do I think about energy? I think energy is going to relax a little bit. I think that the energy sector... let me check oil prices. Yeah, so I closed out for profit, you guys. I'm not really going to sit here and wait on this all day. I'm happy with the trade I made. I need to move this money to the Rob's account anyway, so I need to let it clear so I can wire it over. So I might as well flatten that out just so I don't lose a day. If they get that approved today, I'll move that money today and be ready tomorrow. And the wires splits out by noon. Oil price is just down in the 70s. Yeah, oil prices aren't... This is my expertise in oil, as I worked in oil for the longest time. Oh, what is going on with this chart? What is all this? Get out of here. Is that oil at 100 and 200 bucks is an unnatural thing. Let Let's customize this. Let me just show you. It's not common to see oil at $100. Only maybe like 5 times in the history of oil adjusted, sorry, not adjusted for inflation, but like my straight dollar amount has oil been like above $100, like periods of history. And so let's go all the way back. You know, this goes all the way back to the 80s, where oil was trading at $30, $30, $30. And then you had, you know, the 2 US wars, Afghanistan, Iraq, right here. Oil goes up $100. We sell off. Oil goes up to $100 again on the retracement. Shale crisis crashes market out. Here. One more time. The post-COVID squeeze, people hoard and stockpile energy, assets, or any kind of tangible asset. Anytime inflation is a problem and markets are looking kind of iffy. It's a typical trade commodities trade. People like to stockpile things they can hold in their hand. So oil is just stabilizing at $70. And again, as I said like 10 years ago when this happened, I said oil is going to spend the next 20 or 30 years moving its way back down to $50. And adjusted for inflation, the average price of oil is about $40 when you adjust everything for inflation, like over the history of time. This is abnormally high, and this is just a byproduct of all the markets being bullish right now. There's really no geopolitical reason for oil to go up to $100 and stay there. So if I were to ask me and put a gun in my head, what's oil doing? Oil is destined to nosedive down to the 50s and 60s in the greater bull market we have coming in the next 2 or 3 years, especially if Republicans win the election. You're going to see a very healthy economy, and the healthier the economy is, typically you might see oil rally with the bull market, but you're going to see oil make extreme price changes. You may see it move a little bit. So here's my bet, right? Here's my bet for 5-year outlook on oil. This is my thought. Somewhere in here, there's that kind of like bull economy, and then like, I mean, oil is just going to stabilize here. This is like 10 years out. Unless there's some kind of war or some kind of thing or some kind of crazy thing, it's going to require a catalyst for oil to make its way back up to here. I think this is a nice, stable, healthy place for oil prices. And I don't hate it. Market is trying to heal itself, though. I kind of like, I'm feeling FOMO on this Nasdaq trade now, but let's just go ahead and cut it. That's my thought. I think that we're stable enough in the market and the economy that we're not going to see like commodities trades spark to the roof as inflation's coming down. I think that's going to really, and a lot of other things are happening too. Like we know that, you know, Saudi Arabia is spending, you know, there's a lot of reformation going on in that country as far as modernization of their economic approach. The Crown Prince is certainly diversifying the assets. Countries, they have like the richest country in the world, all oil assets, trying to move into things like technology and banking and really trying to, you know, become a major player in multiple places. So the idea that if you think about that, why would you diversify your assets? Look at there, the trade goes right when I get out of it. Why would you diversify your assets in oil if oil is expected to go to 100, 200, $300? Wouldn't you go all in? That's a telltale sign, as the smartest oil traders in the world are telling you that oil prices are to no longer be a growth asset as much as they used to be in the 70s and 80s, etc. Why would you start diversifying into other things that are going to be moving faster? That's a telltale sign that even the Saudis don't believe oil is going to 100, $150 again. Does that make sense, everybody? So I see that as a geopolitical move for strength, and Saudi Arabia is going to be a top 10, maybe a top 5 country economically in our lifetime. It's going to be awesome to see the stuff that they do with all that money that they've got. So I'm excited to see. I always consider them the smartest oil traders on the planet. They understand oil better than anybody. So if they're trying to diversify, that's telling you as a trader, they see the writing on the wall. So should you. All right, we'll see you later. Love you guys. Come back tomorrow. Zoom call at 4 p.m. Always picking up some good little tidbits here on the market. We always have insight, knowledge, and everything. I've been trading. Geez, it's been 14 years. Man, time just flies. Been doing this for a long time. Love sitting here trading with you guys. We've been streaming since what, 2016. This is like year 8 of streaming. I'm really enjoying sitting here and being with y'all every morning. You know, made rocket scooter the platform along the way, and we have a huge community, huge following. We love you guys for coming and tuning in every morning. Go to our Zoom session today at 4 o'clock, right in the market close. We'll talk about today's trading session. A little unusual, but there's a lot we can say about it. Of course, give us some little love. Head over to the Discord. Don't forget to like the stream on the way out. Click the little thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel because we're live every single day, trading in full transparency. And come back every day and watch me win this Robbins Cup. Let's do it, because I'm all about competition. If I was in it right now with this small account challenge count, I'd be on the leaderboard first place. Keep that in mind. So come back and watch the journey.